Hi there, this is Asia from English Boost, and this is your podcast where English meets productivity, mindset, and self-growth. Learn smarter, speak better, and feel more confident. So grab your coffee and let's boost your English together. Welcome to the first episode of English Booster podcast, where we combine learning English with this self-growth mindset. The episode is going to be purely educational, as we will cover 6 verbs that make a huge difference in your business English. So from my experience, what my clients need the most when learning business English are synonyms and paraphrases. So different ways to say things so that they sound a bit more, professional and natural. And because very often they feel like, oh gosh, I'm using the same words over and over again, and they just want to add more variety, this is why I've created this episode. So today I'd like to encourage you to learn synonyms in full sentences, okay? Because sentences stick in your memory much better than just single words, okay? So here is the tricky part. You might already know these words I'm going to present, okay? I mean, you probably understand them when somebody else uses them in a conversation, right? But it's a completely different story to actually use them yourself, right? Especially in small talk when there is no time to think. And what happens then is that we automatically fall back on the words we use all the time. And then the cycle just continues, right? So if you don't use those more advanced expressions regularly, they just don't come to your mind simply. So the key is really to consciously try to weave them into your conversations, okay? And research even says that if you actually use a new expression like, let's say, 3 to 5 times in different contexts, then boom, there is a good chance it will stick and become part of your active vocabulary. And active vocabulary is what we actually want to achieve, okay? Not passive, but active way of using words. All right, so shall we? Let's dive into these 6 verbs that can really make a difference in your business English. So let's start with the first one. Imagine this sentence in Polish. We're going to translate, okay? You're going to have this little clock ticking to just basically translate this sentence aloud or in your mind, but always remember translating things aloud makes you learn, makes you exercise your brain much better. So imagine you want to say the following sentence, okay? Firma dała nam szczegółowe instrukcje. How would you say that in English? So most people would probably say the company gave us detailed instructions, right? And that's absolutely fine. But here's the thing. In business English, we can actually make it sound a bit more professional, okay? So instead of give, let's use the verb provide, okay? It's like a very universal, very practical verb to be used in business English. So instead of saying the company gave us detailed instructions, you can say the company provided us with detailed instructions. Okay, go on, say it with me. The company provided us with detailed instructions. Much better, right? By the way, remember that whenever you use an object meaning dopełnienie with the verb provide, you need to use the preposition with. Okay, so the collocation is as follows: provide somebody with something. Compare. The company provided detailed instructions, no object here. Firma dała szczegółowe instrukcje, wytyczne, okay, so no object, versus the company provided us with detailed instructions. Okay, so I hope you can see the difference. Firma dała nam szczegółowe instrukcje. So whenever you want to say dała mi, dała nam, dała im, then provided me, provided us with something. Okay, verb number 2. So translate the following sentence. Musimy zrobić dogłębną analizę rynku. Okay, so think about it for a second. And well, you might say we need to do a market analysis. By the way, pay attention, analysis, not analysis, okay? Analysis, that's fine, right? But a stronger, more business English option would be we need to carry out a market analysis, okay? So say it with me. We need to carry out a market analysis. Okay, ready for verb number 3? So next example, translate the sentence. Zaczynamy kampanię w przyszły wtorek. How do you translate that? Maybe you've translated it as we start the campaign next Tuesday. Clear but a bit basic, right? But in business English, it sounds better if you say we're launching the campaign next Tuesday. So start changes into launch. Repeat after me. We're launching the campaign next Tuesday. By the way, we never say in next Tuesday, okay? Just next Tuesday. Okay, number 4. Poprosiłam wczoraj o dodatkowe informacje. Take a second and translate the sentence. So again, you might say, I asked for additional information yesterday. Correct, but simple. And a more formal way is, I requested additional information yesterday. Repeat after me. I requested additional information yesterday. So ask changes into request. Okay, the last one for today. Zaplanowali spotkanie dla zespołu. Go ahead, translate the sentence. Perhaps you've translated it as they planned a team meeting. Okay, understandable, but I would say we can do better, right? And in business English, we usually say they arranged a team meeting or they scheduled a team meeting. Remember, scheduled is the British pronunciation, scheduled is the American one. So they arranged a team meeting, they scheduled a team meeting, or even they set up a team meeting. A very nice phrasal verb to set up. So once again, repeat after me. Number 1, they arranged a team meeting, they scheduled a team meeting, and they set up a team meeting. Set up, you link this phrasal verb when it comes to this pronunciation aspect. Okay, so that would be it. So as you can see, these are still simple words, right? Which you probably know, I'm sure you know these words, but they make a huge difference in how you sound, okay? Because at work, you just sound more professional and precise, okay? So let's quickly review today's verbs. Instead of give, say provide. Instead of do, say carry out. Instead of start, you can use launch. And by the way, launch, not lounge, okay? Instead of ask, use request. And then instead of plan, you can say arrange, schedule, or set up. So now here's my challenge for you. Pick just one of these verbs, okay, and try to use it today in an email, in a meeting, or even just in your notes. It's a small change, but seriously, it makes a big impact. And of course, let me know if you've enjoyed this episode, and well, remember to hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date with new episodes of the English Booster podcast. Cheers!